Hello students, I am your English mentor and today again I have come to you with a very interesting topic and it's called the promise. Do you know what a promise is? A promise is a word. A promise is a commitment that you make to someone and you say that you are going to do it. It is a commitment to you that you make to someone that you are going to do something for sure. So let's see who promised what in this chapter. But before we start off, let's learn a very important message that animals have been a part of humans' life for a long time. That's true that animals came before human beings, so animals have been part of our life from the very beginning. Our pets form bonds of love and affection with us. So, for whosoever has a pet, they know that animals happen to form bonds of affection and love with us very quickly. However, an act of kindness can tame wild animals too. So, usually wild animals are aggressive and they cannot be controlled by normal human beings. But if we also treat them with kindness, then they can also be good to us and become friends with us and can also form a bond of love and care with us. Who? The wild animals. So, do you have any pet in your house? If yes, write its name. Right? So you can write it in this blank that you are given. And now we are going to start with this chapter. So, promise breaker is a shoemaker. You may have heard this idiom. Narrate an incident when you keep the promise you made. So, a person should always and always keep the promise that they are making. So, anybody who breaks the promise is a shoemaker. So, let's see. Once upon a time, the king of the jungle, the lion, fell sick. So, as you already know, that who is the king of the jungle? It's the lion. So, the lion fell sick. He rested day after day but could not get well. So, the lion took a lot of rest, but still he was not able to recover quickly. He became weak. His chief ministers, the elephant, decided to call all the animals of the jungle. So, his chief minister, the lion's chief minister, was an elephant, and he decided to call all the animals of the jungle. So, he wanted to ask him for some cure. So, the elephant wanted to ask them and in fact ask all the animals for some cure. Cure means a remedy. Cure means a treatment to get rid of a disease. So, all the animals, big and small, came for the meeting. Now, as you can see in this image that the elephant had called on all the animals of the jungle and the elephant asked them that what can be done so that the kings recover soon. Right after that, in the meeting, the lion was also present. Now, as you can see that the lion was also there in the meeting. So, he asked for the cure. The rabbit came forward and suggested him to stand on his head twice a day. So, here comes our rabbit and the rabbit stood there and he asked the king to stand on his head twice a day and by doing so he will be all right. After that, but the owl said that the king should stand on his tail twice a day. So when this happened, the owl also suggested that the king should stand on his tail twice a day and then only he'll be able to recover. Right after that, then the cunning fox came forward and suggested that he should jump into the dark well in the jungle. So then when the cunning fox came, he suggested that the king should jump into the well in the dark so that he gets well super soon. So he wanted the king to die Because he himself wanted to become the king of the forest. So this fox wanted the king, which is the lion, to die, so that once the king dies, the fox takes his place. Right after that, the lion kept quiet, but the elephant understood everything. So the lion kept on listening to everyone. He didn't say a word, but the elephant understood everything. He realized that the animals were trying to get rid of the king. He then took the lion to a hakim in the neighboring village. So after that, the elephant realized that all the animals in the jungle want to get rid of the king. So they want him to die. So after realizing this, the elephant took the lion to a neighboring village where a hakim could be found. And hakim is the learned person who treats his patients with Ayurvedic or herbal remedies and using plants and other herbs. So the hakim refused to help the elephant. He told him that the king would eat him up after getting well. So when the elephant took the lion to the neighboring village, the hakim refused to treat the lion. Why? Because he said that once the lion gets well, he is going to hit me, attack me, and eat me up. So why should I even treat him? And then but the lion promised that he would never kill any man again. He said that he would be good and wise ruler. So the king promised to that hakim that I am not going to harm any man ever, and also I am going to be a good and a wise ruler. But please treat me and do not leave me in this situation. So the hakim gave him the medicines. Soon the lion got well and he kept his promise. That is why lions do not attack man without any reason. So once the hakim gave the medicines to the lion started to recover very quickly and he was soon fit and fine. So after that, it was realized that the kings never attacked man for without any reason. Why? Because men have also been kind and helpful to lion. So the moral of the story is that if we do not harm any animal, an animal of any sort, be it a stray animal or a wild animal, a pet animal or any of the dangerous animal, till the time you don't harm them, they will never hurt you. And this is the law of nature. So always make a principle in your life, students, that do not hurt or harm any animal or bird without any reason. Because if you go and harm them, they are going to harm you back. So always be helpful and kind to them, right? Now, since you have understood this beautiful chapter, I know that you are going to help me solve a lot of problems related to this chapter itself. So let's begin together. So first up we have the conceptual based questions. Let's see what they look like. Now we have to tick the correct option here. Now you will be given one question and that one question will have three options. Out of those three options, only one option is correct and you have to help me identify what that one right option is. So let's begin. That who was the king of the jungle? The lion, elephant or the rabbit? So it was the lion. And then who decided to call all the animals for meeting? The rabbit, the fox or the elephant? So who decided this? The elephant decided this. And then who suggested the lion to stand on his head twice a day? It was owl, rabbit or the fox. It was the rabbit. Who told him to jump into the dark well of the jungle? The fox, owl or the elephant? It was the fox. And who refused to help the elephant, the lion, the hakim and the animals of the jungle? It was the hakim. So this is how we have solved all the MCQ parts of this question. And now we'll move ahead and fill in the blanks by choosing the right words from the brackets. So first up we have the lion was dash, well or sick. So the lion was sick. We will write sick here. He became weak or strong. So he became weak. Then his chief minister dash called all the animals for a meeting. So called his chief minister was the elephant or the owl. It was the elephant. The cunning dash wanted the king to die in the dark well. So the cunning fox wanted the king to die. The Hakim told him that the lion would dash him up after getting well, would eat him up. So the right option is eat him up. And the lion promised to be a dash ruler, good or a bad. So the lion promised to be a good ruler. Now let's move ahead. So we have some more questions with us. First up we have write T for true and F for false statements. Now the king of the jungle fell sick. That's true. He wanted to ask the animals of the jungle for some cure. That's also true. The rabbit suggested him to stand on his tail twice a day. That's false. It was Owl who said so. The Hakim came forward to help the elephant. No, the Hakim refused to help the elephant at first. Lions do not attack man without any reason. That's also true now. Now you are going to attempt these descriptive questions in your notebook and you are going to find answers to these questions from the chapter itself. Next up we have the word building exercise. Herein you are supposed to match the opposites. So these are the set of words that you are given and you are supposed to match them together. First up we have cunning. So the word cunning can be matched with which word? With the opposite. So the opposite of cunning is going to be foolish. Attack is going to be defend. Weak is going to be strong. Present is going to be absent. Dark is going to be bright. Refused is going to be accepted. Steady it's going to be unsteady. And wise is going to be knave. Knave is a beginner in any line. So this is how we have matched the words opposite of the other words. Now moving on, we are going to take the animals to their homes by matching. So where does a lion stay? In a burrow, in a kennel, in a stable, tree, shed or a den. So a lion lives in a den. And then the cow lives in the shed. The rabbit lives in a burrow. The horse stays in a stable. The dog stays in a kennel. And the monkeys live on the tree. So we have taken all these animals to their homes. I hope that you are going to remember where do they stay. Now moving on, we are going to compare the comparison of two different things using words like as, like or and as is known as similes. So whenever we compare two things and we use the words like and as, it becomes a simile. So simile is also a poetic device or a literary device that is used to highlight the meaning or relation between two things. So supply the missing word in these comparisons. Choose your answers from the box. So we have to form comparisons by choosing the words from the box. So as cunning as a fox. Who is cunning or who is witty? It is fox. So we will write fox here. As busy as a bee, right? So we are going to mark bee here. As blind as a bat. As playful as a kitten. As big as an elephant. As brave as a lion. And now let's do this grammar exercise. So the elephant decides to call all the animals and then he wants to become the king of the forest. These sentences tell us that these actions happen as a routine or habit. These sentences are said to be in simple present tense. So, we use simple present tense whenever we are stating any of the routine or a habitual thing. So, this becomes part of a simple present tense. And now, some words that indicate simple present tense are every day, every Sunday, daily, usually, always, never. These words belong to simple present tense. And now let's read these words. The lion became weak, the elephant understood everything. So these sentences tell us that these actions happened in the past. These sentences are said to be in the simple past tense. So whenever an action has taken in the past, then we are going to say we have used simple past tense. And some words that indicate simple past tense are yesterday, last winter, and last year. These are the terms that we use to reflect our simple past tense. Now, we are going to attempt some questions related to it. So, first up we have write PR for sentences in the simple present tense and write P for the sentences in the simple past tense. So, we are going to write PR for simple present tense and P for simple past tense. First up we have I love jungle safari. This is a present tense. So, P R. A thirsty crow drank water from the lake. So the word drank is of past tense. So we will write P here. Rita lives in Agra. So lives also highlight present tense. Then we have the snake hissed angrily at the mongoose. So now this is a past tense. Suryansh and Nikhil play basketball every day. So this is a present tense. They sing for 3 hours usually. This is also present tense. And now we are going to fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verbs. First up we have I wash her car every Saturday. So I wash her car every Saturday. He dash help the old man after the accident. So he helped the old man after the accident. Now we did one part in present and one part in past tense. And now you are going to attempt all the other 4 parts by yourself so that you can also practice this particular concept by yourself. Moving on, we are going to fill in the blanks with the verb from the box in the simple past tense. So the lion dash that he would never kill any man again. So for all the words which are given in the box, we are supposed to convert them into simple past tense and then fill in these blanks. So the lion promised. And then it was warm, so I dash off my coat. So I took off my coat. The bed was very comfortable. I dash very well. I slept very well. We went to Nikki's house, but she dash at home. But she was not at home. So this is also going to be a part of past tense. It was a funny situation, but nobody laughed. Sam wasn't hungry, so she ate anything. This is how we attempted all the parts of this particular exercise. Now moving on, we are going to pronounce this one entire poetry, and I know all of you are going to learn it, remember it, and narrate it in front of the entire class. Next up, we have the let's write and the life skill lesson. So, in the life skill, we have that animals understand kindness and respond to it. So, they do realize and understand that you are being kind to them, and they also reply and respond to it. So, the line promised not to attack any man without any reason. Do you think we should be kind towards animals? So, tell me your views and write your views that whether we should also be kind to animals or not. And then towards the end, you are going to attempt this fun exercise, and this is going to rejuvenate you and refreshen you with all the parts that you have started. So I hope that you understood this chapter very well and you are going to share this with your friends and family. So with this, I'll take my bye and take care of yourself. I'll see you super soon. Bye bye.